All right, call the meeting to order. Jen, take roll, please.
Commissioner Corbin?
Here.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Waldner?
Here.
Commissioner Thel?
Here.
Mayor Lindsay?
Here. You have attached the minutes from our June 15th meeting.
Move to approve the minutes of the June 15th meeting. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You have before you the minutes for this evening. The agenda for this evening.
Make a motion that we approve the June 22nd agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Appearances, acknowledgements, and correspondence. And I see Vince Schaefer is here from the Madison Central School. And if you would mind moving up so you're close to the microphone, then those people that are at home and listen to it on their computers and that can hear it better.
You can bring your
Tom, are you
sidekick too.
presenting?
Yes,
Yeah,
Tom,
yeah,
you can
bring
join
your-
him too.
Bring
I
your,
won't say much.
Oh,
bring
since
your
when?
reinforcements.
We're gonna tag team you tonight then.
Fantastic.
The good thing is that we're here to say thank you. We're not here asking for anything or services or et cetera. We're here to bring you a little bit of an update, so to speak, on the school resource officer and what it's meant to the district up to this point. President Farrell and I have discussed this more than once, and we've now reached about the 6-month point of what we believe to be a 3-year agreement. And that 3-year agreement is focused on prevention. And it's made available through the partnership of the city and the county and the school district. And, you know, when we worked on that, and a number of you in this room had direct and indirect involvement with that, that was a, you might say, a beautiful piece of work that came together. And it showed that a community like Madison can cooperate and communicate and collaborate and come out with an end result that's very positive. At least that's our opinion, and hopefully yours as well. With the implementation of Officer Ben Gant as our SRO, we feel that the program is off and running in fine form. Ben is providing excellent service and support, not only to the district staff, but to the students and the families of the district as well. He continues to build rapport, confidence, and trust as he goes about his business, both as an SRO and as a city policeman now during the summer months. Ben's presence at school during the day, at evening events, at dances, athletic events of all types, is well known and appreciated. It serves an excellent, he serves as an excellent role model for our students and for our police department. So we're very pleased with the opportunity to have his services. And we came here tonight to thank you, the entire commission, all the city commissioners, especially Mike Wallner. We also thank retired Chief of Police Pulford and a current Chief Meyer and the department in its entirety. Because I know there was a lot of discussion at the department behind the scenes about this issue as well. And we acknowledge that and appreciate it. So in closing, please accept our sincerest thank you for your support. And hopefully the next 2.5 years go by as quickly and as efficiently as the first 6 months have. Thank you.
Thank you.
My comment would be only to say thank you also. I think Vince has pretty well explained the district's posture on this. We just, from a board's perspective, we've been very, very pleased with the dollars that we've put into it and what we've seen, and we thank you for your contribution.
Very good.
Well,
Mike?
I think when going to graduation and having kids come up and having their picture taken with Officer
Yes.
Gant was, I think that's a true indicator of what he's done, and that's something that we wanted for this position is to be in that regard. But and I think it'll take a little bit more time, you know, through some of the high school kids. They're just not used to that yet. But as this continues, those kids certainly, we had a report, and it sounds like, you know, maybe a few more incidents in the middle school area. And I think, again, if we can prevent those things in the middle school, as they move into the high school, I think then, you know, we'll be in better shape, and so, yeah, I'm obviously pretty excited about it, and from a lot of our long discussions in our committee meetings and things, so far so good, so, yeah.
Excellent.
No, it's been very, very good, you know, and nice to see how the teams all came together, you know, like you said, from the city, from the county, and from the school, and the county, as you're well aware, and that even took it further and assisted the other schools in the county as well, and so it's been an excellent, excellent move, no question, no question. So,
Very good. Well, we know have
Thank
to
you.
vote, so thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, moving on to number 2, acknowledge the malt beverage license application, set a hearing date for the Happy Hour LLC, and Jen, I'm going to ask you to address this.
Yeah. You have in front of you an application for a malt beverage license. This is an RB license. It's a new license from the Happy Hour LLC, who is going to be doing business, as you can see here, doing business as JB's. Okay, RB licenses, this specific license is unlimited. We can have as many of these in our community as you so choose to approve. So this is a new license. It does have to go through the process though, so if you're okay with this, I would ask that you acknowledge it this evening. We have to publish notice of a hearing. We would do that on Thursday with the hearing and possible approval of this license on July 6th. This is the, location-wise, this is the old Happy Hour location, which was most recently.
Trolleys.
Trolleys.
Mhm.
Yep.
I just,
And his intent is to have a malt beverage license and put in a, I'm going to say simulated golf. And that, you know, and I've seen those where you know, stand and you look like you're looking down the fairway 200 yards away or whatever, and you have a club that operates somewhat like a Wii, you know, and you practice your golf.
for the, everybody or all of the commissioners, what Jen alluded to is that with the malt beverage licenses, a city can deliver or appoint or hand out, is that a good word for it? We can have numerous or unlimited number of those. It's the liquor licenses that we need to really control and keep track of.
Those are
And-
limited by population. We are
population, yeah.
grandfathered in, so
Yes.
currently we are maxed. We cannot
Correct.
approve any more of those.
Now, and that leads me to my question then is this, with this being happy hour and I can't remember when it turned into Trolleys, did the malt beverage license then go away?
They didn't
or
have
they
one.
They didn't
still,
have one.
they
They
still
didn't
have
have
their
one.
liquor license? I know Trolleys didn't,
No, okay.
but, does happy hour, do they still have one? In other words,
That has
is he
been
just?
transferred
No.
umpteen times.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
I'm
So
making sure
everything's
that.
legit. Gerald and I looked at that this
Okay.
morning. Everything's legit.
Yeah, the only thing that this will have is this one.
Yep, no liquor license.
But
I
point being, Mr.
understand that, but-
Beckman does, or excuse me, Happy Hour LLC does hold a
Yes.
liquor
A
license.
liquor license.
Yep,
Yes.
for across the street at
Sporties.
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 Okay, but he can do so. He can hold
Yep.
that liquor license and have a retail malt beverage license too.
Yep, understand that he
Okay.
can do both, and
Mhm.
I was making sure that he wasn't doubling up on the malt beverage licenses and or holding his liquor license in his back pocket and not using that. Because if that's the case and somebody else wants that liquor license who's going to use it, and we can generate sales tax from that, then let's not leave them on the shelf, in other words.
Mhm.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Right.
Mr. Mayor, isn't that Mr. Beckman's to sell? If he were holding it?
There's some stipulations on how long he can hold that. That's codified law. That's really not our call, I don't
Unused.
believe. It can be inactive for up to 2 years.
Okay.
But after, I believe, the magic timeframe is 2 years, then
Okay.
then you as a group can
But
choose to,
ostensibly within that 2 years, he owned that license
that is his.
within that time period.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
So we can't just
Right.
can't just,
arbitrarily sell
yep,
it.
yep,
Right.
revoke it.
Any questions on what is in front of you?
When did you want for a data hearing?
I
July
would like-
6th.
Yes, please. If you would acknowledge the application tonight and set the date of hearing for July 6th.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge malt beverage license application and set a date of hearing of July 6, 2015 for Happy Hour LLC.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Under old business, second reading of ordinance 1566, sales outside the structure not allowed except under certain conditions. And this is the one where we basically changed the time from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And this is the second reading. And after this, it's 20 days and it goes into effect. Am I correct on that?
Second reading tonight, June 22nd. Publication date is the 25th. Effective is July 15th.
July 15th.
Correct. 20 days after the publication date.
Okay.
Okay?
I move we acknowledge the ordinance of 1566, second reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Under new business, authorize the mayor to sign application abatement and/or refund of property taxes 2015-93 request from Jeff Schooler. And I'll go ahead and address this. The Schoolers recently purchased the Union Square Mobile Home Court. And in the process of that, they found that there was a mobile home in there that had been abandoned in 2009, which means that the taxes on that mobile home have not been paid since 2009. The sheriff has declared it as uncollectible, and so has the county auditor and the county treasurer. And so Schoolers have asked for an abatement on it, and then it will go to the county July 7th. And when they act on it, then it will give them the opportunity to have that mobile home, which is in a state of terrible shape, hauled out of there so they can put another one in its place.
Total amount of taxes that you would be rebating, numerous years' worth, total $785.35.
What happens in that abatement? When you say we're abating that, we're just saying.
We just, if they're uncollectible, we never got it.
Write it off.
We'll never see it.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, just write it off.
Yeah, it's just written off and gone.
Does that go against our budget as bad debt? In effect?
No,
Okay.
no.
I would move to authorize the mayor to sign the application for abatement and refund of property taxes.
No refund, just abatement, basically,
abatement.
yes. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Is this a slash there?
Yep, nope.
It's
you're-
the same, you're
You
fine.
read it
It's the-
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the name of the application.
Taxes number 2015-93 Jeff Schooler.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number two, authorize the mayor to sign the permit to occupy right-of-way from Dakota State University. And I'm going to ask Chad if you want to address this one.
Yes, I can, thank you. Mr. Craig Miller from Dakota State University approached me about installing a communications cable from, they have provided a sketch, but it's not attached in here. But it's basically from their main campus building up to the field house area. And their line that they put in during the construction of Washington Avenue is collapsed or something, so they're gonna put a new one in. This is a typical form that we use if any company, SDN or others, want to occupy a right-of-way with conduits or lines and such like that. So I directed their attention there. They completed this. Again, there's a sketch that we'll file with this, should this be approved, and keep it in the finance office with the other permits to occupy right-of-way. And I've also, in the agenda packet is some special conditions. These are some typical special conditions. I'll describe them that way, that we use most commonly. It's SDN, comes in fairly frequently with these. I did share this list with Mr. Kruzmark, who is the signatory on the document, last week, for him to look at and let us know if they have any objections. I didn't hear from him or Mr. Miller. He also got a copy of those. So I would recommend approval of this application to occupy right-of-way with the special conditions included also in the agenda packet.
So is there an abandoned fiber optic line running under Washington?
Yes.
Are they gonna keep marking that in the future? Or is somebody gonna hit it someday and freak out?
Yeah, are they gonna pull the old one out, or?
They'll probably just abandon it. We didn't, that was done back in 04-03 or so when Washington Avenue was reconstructed. I don't know if I don't believe any such thing like this was in there, which would require them to remove it or anything. So it'll probably just be in there dormant and which is relatively common actually in underground excavation. You hit a line, the live ones are marked, and you hope if you hit a line that if it's not marked, it's not live, you find out usually pretty quickly. So I would say that this one is, they'll just leave it, and the one that's there, and they'll just be abandoned.
If they have that already, do they, in 2003, they must have had a permanent use of our right-of-way,
Yes, I don't know what.
but we have to do it for each line?
Anytime somebody wants to put something in our right of way, we've started implementing this and modeling it after what the DOT does, so we know who's in
Right,
there.
right.
And-
We don't want anybody just in there digging.
Right, and
So-
who's using our corridor, so to
Yeah.
speak. And so we use this to track that. What was done in coordination with that project related to this specific DSU line, I'm not sure. I haven't found any documentation to document that. We've just tried to implement it recently. So we do have.
And then, do you have this sketch? Are they just going across from the Playhouse over to the field house, or are they going all the way from main campus, from like Science Center all the way up? That's.
Yeah, that's a good
That's-
question. I do have a sketch, and yeah, I
I
didn't
wish-
think it was gonna be in
I
here. It's
wish-
not in here.
Yeah, I wish somebody from DSU would have been here to
They knew
answer
about
those
they
questions.
knew about the meeting, because they're wanting to put it in last week. I said, well, you better wait. But it is gonna go from the main campus all the way up Washington Avenue, and likely in the Boulevard area, because they wanna be under the street. And
So does it cross 9th and 8th Street too?
it will cross 8th Street, it'll cross 9th Street, and it will probably cross 11th Street.
Looks
Three
like
crossings.
Looks like it's going from Heston Hall all the way up to the field house,
Right. Yep, on the
Well-
east side of the road,
Are they boring it?
820.
boring it.
Boring
Right.
it.
They always just use 820 for their address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We do have a sketch where they drew on a map where it shows what's gonna be on the east side of the road, all the way up there to the field house.
Do we table it until we can see it? And
I think I would recommend
I
proceeding.
was gonna say in that, I don't know that seeing it is gonna really change, putting it in, it's just gonna delay it. So,
I guess I'm comfortable as long as Chad knows where it's at, and we'll just blame him if something happens.
And we do have a sketch, it's just not.
And you recommended approval of it?
I would recommend
Yeah.
it.
I'll make a motion to authorize the mayor to sign application permit to occupy right-of-way for Dakota State University.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Declare as surplus property and appoint appraisers for the brass meter bodies. And I'm gonna ask Fred, do you have anything you'd wanna address on this?
No, these are just some meter boxes we've been collecting over a period of time, get rid of them periodically just to clean houses.
Mhm.
I would say that we probably need to put Jeremiah Corbin as one of the appraisers, as he was the utility commissioner.
Please do. I caught that too.
Yep.
We'll make that change.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, questions or comments? All right, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we declare as surplus property and appoint, or surplus property of the brass meter bodies, and appoint Commissioner Corbin, Fred Snodderly, and Kim Verhey as the appraisers.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. You also have attached personnel adjustments.
I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no announcements or other business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.